I think it's not a case of what I want it to look like. It's what the market wants tabloid newspapers to be, and I think it expects tabloid papers to be trustworthy, reliable, and fair. And I think we lost the balance somewhere down the line over the last few decades. There's been sharp practices in the industry. There has been unbalanced reporting, unfair vilifications, and because of that I think a lot of young people regard us as being old-fashioned and out of step. The business model, if you like, is a bit archaic. The newest tabloid newspaper on the market at the moment is of course the Sun's Sunday edition, and I think that's what's going to be the model for tabloid journalism in the future. It's going to be soft around the edges, it's going to be more friendly to the female reader, it's going to be more balanced, it's going to have probably less, unfortunately, hard investigations. I think that's one sad side effects of the demise of the News of the World. But I think we'll be getting a much more user-friendly tabloid, and we're seeing that in the Sun at the moment on Sundays.
But is it not a shame that it's not going to be as agenda-setting as the News of the World? Do you think that there needs to be that kind of journalism still?
Yes, but I think a lot of newspapers are now anxious about being too hard-edged. There is no competition now to do that because the big main protagonist of that style of reporting, the News of the World, is gone. So nobody feels the need to kind of compete and keep up. And I think newspapers will become gradually soft around the edges as a result.
And what do you think Leveson might mean for kind of showbiz reporting? Because obviously the tabloids focus quite heavily on that.
Yeah, I mean, Leveson is very keen that we observe strict public interest defences when we're running stories, and many showbiz stories, of course, don't quite fulfil that criteria. They're more sort of stories that the public are interested in, and of course there's a big difference between the public interest and what interests the public. So there will be, I think, a less intrusive form of showbiz reporting as well.
Do you think that will be to the detriment of circulation for the tabloids?
Yeah, it will. Yeah, I mean, circulations are going down all the time. The only way newspapers could uphold circulations in the past was to break big exclusive stories, but now, of course, I think newspapers are finding that there is a reluctance to overstep the mark and do that.
And I guess finally, do you think, this was also mentioned earlier, the fact that the NUJ weren't present at Wapping, do you think if they'd been kind of a present force, phone hacking and malpractice might not have happened?
I don't know whether it would have stopped that, but certainly it would have curbed the excesses of management aggression, if you like, towards the staff. If there was, a trade union backup, the trade unions and newspapers are important things, and the NUJ and the BAJ need to get very strong footholds back in the industry.